Hello, I'm Sebastian Andrew. Today's talk is about a couple of things. First off, this weekend is the peak of an alignment between Jupiter and Uranus. It peaks on the 20th and the 21st, and they come together every 14 years or so, heralding a new cycle of innovation and growth. This cycle points us in the direction of the future and what's to be expanded for the collective. Jupiter and Uranus together in Taurus can bring themes relating to technology of the future, finances, environment, farming, and agriculture. On a deeper level, if I can get this where I can read it, it can begin shifting our definition of success and what it means to be abundant. On a more personal level, this planetary duo challenges us to step outside of the box, to follow the tune of our own drum, or whatever instrument you might follow, and to step away from the status quo into a deeper authenticity. Under this alignment, we can experience sudden change. Well, yeah, we're kind of still in Mercury retrograde, so that's a given. And the desire to follow our passions or do something new and perhaps radical. Expect some wobbly, unsettling energy, but a clearer road to a more authentic self. How about that? So yes, we have this conjunction, which actually started during the eclipse, well, before the eclipse, but you saw it in the eclipse. A number of planets were in alignment then. And I think I spoke of this before. I was really surprised that there wasn't a larger Cthulhu calling or warning put out by various pagans, even though that darkness is the work of imagination. But as we all know, belief has a very strong power to it. And if enough people believe in the Cthulhu mythos, then what's to say it doesn't come about? Think about that. So, what I was originally going to do with today's video was give you some information about me. I've read where people like to learn about the creators they watch. And I have a few differences from most creators that I will go into in another video, probably around the time of my birthday, which is next month. And that video will act as a transition more from TikTok to here, because I fully intend to stay here on YouTube and produce more videos for you to watch. Mostly because I can make longer ones. If I can talk about, if I can find something to talk about for 10 minutes or more. But once I get more relaxed and into that idea, I will indeed make more videos of that length or longer. But today's video is about numbers. I have always had an affinity for numbers. I did well in my math classes until they thought that I was advanced enough to put me in a calculus class, and I went, nope, and left. Now, it was an extra class. It wasn't a point I needed to graduate, so I didn't endanger my graduation. I did enough of that my senior year. In a most intriguing way, which I will go into in another video, maybe perhaps one about my past and my education. So let's see, numbers, what I was talking about. Now, I have an affinity for the number 13, probably because most people see it as a number of bad luck. I don't. For me, it's a number of good luck. It's a number that I guess evokes more of my rebellious aspects. So that's why that was one reason I started making videos on a Friday the 13th. And I have tried to consistently post videos on the 13th hour of the days that I post. Today is a bit behind because I injured myself slightly yesterday, and moving today is slow and difficult, and so I'm running behind. Another number for which I have an affinity is 42. Now the reason for this is, well, there are a couple of reasons. One, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Two, my second wife, Yana. Three, I like the number. Besides which, it's if you've ever looked into the past of the gentleman who wrote Hitchhiker's Guide, he was a computer programmer at one point. And the number 42 in the old way of programming computers, the number 42 meant anything. It became the number that meant anything. It could mean anything. So he stuck that into his book, and Yana loved Hitchhiker's Guide, the entire series. She had it for a period of time. Unfortunately, I've lost those books over time, which I'm not too happy about. But if I ever start becoming monetarily solvent again, I will replace those books in my library as a tribute to her, and simply because I like the book. Okay. 13, 42, 18. 18 because that was Yana's birthday. October 18th. Now, I tried to make something special out of that date by marrying my third wife on that date. And in some of the pictures that were taken during the ceremony, there is an orb floating through the picture, which had to be Yana if that was her day. And even though I am divorced from the third wife, I am still going to keep the day special. That is Yana Day, the You Are Not Alone Day, which that came about accidentally. I have a thing for anagrams, yes. And I was working on some anagrams at one point, realized that Ariana's nickname, Yana, Y-A-N-A, could stand for "you are not alone." And even though Yana had passed, her body, I should say, had passed, her soul did not, for a reasonably decent length of time. She wanted to make sure that I knew I wasn't alone. And she wanted to make sure that the people I brought into my life made sure that I was not alone. I had one girlfriend not shortly, a couple of years, a year and a half after Yana passed, who tried to turn the relationship into something else. She tried to take control of more things than she should have. And Yana expressed her displeasure with this young woman by throwing things at her. And I thought that was rather comforting to know that the spirits in my sanctuary, particularly my wife, was protecting me from bad people. And the young woman left shortly after that and bothered me no more. So, another day another number, one more short number, and then we'll get to longer ones, is the 22nd. The 22nd of December, to be specific. The 22nd of December was when Yana passed. And she passed of heart failure. Which I may go into in another video, because I think there was more to it than just the physical problem with her heart. It was, as I said, I will go into it another time. As we get to longer numbers, 1639. 1639 is a mix-up of my birth year, but it's also the year that the Salem witch trials ended. That's different, huh? Another number. Now, this gets into, if you're old enough, you remember beeper code, the beeper alphabet, which you could type a word in and you would type a set of numbers in, and then if you turned the beeper upside down, it would spell a word. I think it was 07734. And if you turned it upside down, it said hello. Well, I went a little further with beeper code. And numbers that speak of me come into play. 5878. Now I'm going to leave it to you to look at your phone pads and see if you can figure out what that word is. And then you have the numbers at the end of my ID here on YouTube. 89478. That's a word. Can you figure it out? A little project for you, a little puzzle to see if you can understand my meaning. And I had some good news today from a friend with numbers, in which she has manifested a very large number in her future, very near future, and things will get better for her, for which I am glad. So you can make mysteries with numbers. You can make puzzles. Have fun. And there's numbers in magic. If you look at some of the old witch squares, you'll see numbers. And I'll do more with magic, with the occult. I have a couple of ideas for some longer videos in the future. Things to entertain you. So I hope you come back for some more. Good day.